This guy went totally over the top with his old school Yamaha G1. Hey there, and welcome back to Golf Karting TV. My name is Matt with Converted Karts. Thrilled to have you back here today, and we've got a great cart for you today. This is, I think, an early 80s Yamaha G1, and it has been totally redone. So let's jump right in and get all the details about this awesome cart.
My name's Sean. This is I think it's a 1981 Yamaha G1. I bought it off Craigslist in a group of broke down golf carts that ended up sitting in my backyard for a while. The ambition to make something kind of fun out of it, and I've done so. I think it's kind of fun.
Very much.
Buddies and I have been long time into road racing and building out track cars and getting out to racetracks like VIR, and it's not uncommon to have a little paddock vehicle you drive around in, and this was something I thought would be fun at the racetrack. So I've decked it out. Looks a little bit like, kind of like a Porsche 917 from the Le Mans era. You know, it's got the Golf livery, so it is my golf cart.
Yeah, and it's the Porsche logo.
Yeah,
the whole thing going there. So tell me, so this is a gas-powered cart.
It is.
Tell me a little bit about what's underneath. What do we got running this?
So this originally would have been a two-stroke. So forward and reverse would have been actually running the engine forward and reverse. It came when I bought it with no engine in it. Gutted it out and put a Harbor Freight 670 V-twin and a little bit of racing flair to go along with it, but it makes a louder sound than it goes fast, I'll be very honest.
Right.
And I tried my best to make it look like a racing car. You know, it's got some vents for an oil cooler. I'll open it up, you can take a look, and a vent on the other side, really just to keep the muffler from burning my legs while I'm driving around in there. The muffler's on the driver's side, you'll see when we open it up. I had a ratty old gas tank, so I had to put in a fuel can here. Put some aerodynamics on it. You know, you gotta have good aero when you're out there running around. Safety first. We've got a fire extinguisher. I think it's still in spec.
Actually still works.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't tested it, but if there's a fire marshal out here, I'd be happy to have him take a look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, through a modern, I think it's a G8 or G16 rear end in it. So now I have forward and reverse. As opposed to just running in a forward gear only.
Got it. Nice.
Yep. Ran that up to a sort of a mock shifter. It looks like it's got a transmission. It doesn't. That's just a forward and reverse shifter.
That's awesome. Is that out of a Porsche by chance?
No. One of my old track cars. That's a shift knob from an old 80s BMW that I've run on the track, and just sort of wedged that on there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you got running, like wheels and tire? Like this is...
I had to run bigger wheels on it, not just because I wanted it to have a higher top end, but I put a Osco disc brake kit. I don't know if they still make those, but I converted from the drum brake to a disc, and I needed a bigger wheel to fit around it.
Got it.
And then I threw the biggest tire I could fit on there, and I had to almost tub out the insides when I opened it up, you'll see, to fit the bigger meat on it.
Yes, nice. All right, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't done one of these, they're heavy. So the whole clamshell tips back, and you can see.
That's old school, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a G1. They have G29 now.
So it's a little dated. Absolutely. But I thought it had a really cool look to it.
For sure.
You don't see that. So yeah, basically had to gut it from the rear end out here so I could fit the bigger tires on it, and just cut away everything that would hold a golf bag, so it can't anymore.
Sure.
Ran a custom header and a little muffler because I do live in a neighborhood where I don't want to annoy all the neighbors. And then because the Harbor Freight motors have just a little magneto alternator to charge a battery to do an electric start, I actually went with a single wire alternator setup here, hacked it together, very honestly. It's not the prettiest setup, but it keeps the battery charged.
And did you paint that to match the
some of the best rattle can paint jobs you'll see out here, for sure. It's got an electric fuel pump on it, running to a Mikuni carb. I still haven't figured out how to jet this carb very well. It runs pig rich. Fouls the plug, so I've got a couple of extra of those coming with me
just
today.
In case. Yeah,
I'll probably foul a plug or two this event.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that is so cool. Thanks for sharing. So, give me just a quick little background. I know you said that you're in kind of a little bit of the car racing stuff. So,
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm a redneck engineer by trade. I have lived in Raleigh, North Carolina for about 30 years now, and went to NC State, got an engineering degree, and decided I wanted to go build race cars. And instead, I did everything but that. So I had to build some cars as a hobby. I do work quasi in the car industry now. I work in the electric vehicle industry, of all things. So I'm the only idiot who showed up at a golf cart race with a gas-powered golf cart. Everyone else showed up with amazing electric carts. But yeah, I work in the EV industry and have been following building racing cars ever since.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate the time, and it's a very creative, very cool cart.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
What a fun golf cart that is. That is just somebody that's pure joy, having a good time doing what he's doing. And looking at some of those races, look like the kids in the front seats were having a good time too. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll come back here next week. We have another episode every Wednesday at noon. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. Make sure you hit the bell so you can get notifications. Otherwise, we'll see you back here next week, Wednesday at noon.